I became a top 1% seller on Etsy in just about a year, and I managed to do that while working a very demanding full-time corporate job and juggling a pretty busy life. But don't get me wrong, because I didn't get there overnight. And in fact, I quit my shop twice. I was putting in so much time, effort, energy, money into my shop only to get the random order here and there if I was lucky. So out of frustration, I put my shop on vacation mode for over 6 months because I was just over it. But when I decided to come back, I came back with a plan. And that plan led me to getting a sale in my shop 24 hours after I relaunched it. And from there, it just took off. So today I'm sharing with you my 5-step method that I implemented to get to the top 1%, how you can do it too, and how to get your shop set up to convert. Let's get into step 1, which is the most important step. Validate your product idea. I know that feeling of wanting to sell everything in your shop because I've been there. I had so many different random items in my shop. It led right to burnout, especially when you're new and you're still learning. Each product type has its own learning curve. And so I teach the students in my Done For You niche club to begin with one product type. Now, when you decide on a product type that you want to sell in your shop, you need to validate that there's an actual demand for it. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. We're going to begin by hopping over into eRank, and I am currently in their keyword tool. And here you can type in your product type. We're going to begin with printable wall art. We can see here from eRank that it has over 7,800 searches per month on average, which is a really good search volume. One of the main features that I like about eRank is their trend graph, because it'll show you how that keyword has performed over a 15-month time frame. That way you have a better understanding if your product type is always in demand or if it has its ups and downs. So looking at the trend graph here, in June, the keyword phrase printable wall art had 4,400 searches that month, which is really good. It did have a little bit of a dip here in November of 2024, with over 2,500 searches, but that's still pretty good. And it did have an increase here in July of 2025 with over 15,000 searches. And then as of August of 2025, it's had almost 7,000 searches. But looking at the trend graph as a whole, I'm pretty happy with that search volume. It's pretty consistent. Step 2, design and market research. Not gonna lie, I fought for the longest time to not use any type of research tool. I thought I could figure it out on my own. I thought I knew what I was doing, and I didn't think that they really worked. I was wrong. I wanted to wing it. I wanted to make things that I liked. And after so much time getting no traction in my shop, I knew I had wasted a bunch of time and just needed to bite the bullet and invest in a research tool. I'm going to show you how I do design and market research using Everbee, which is my research tool of choice. We're going to begin by hopping over into the Etsy search bar and typing in our product type. I'm just going to do printable wall art. And one thing that I like about Everbee is that it'll show you the actual search volume. So no matter what you're searching for on Etsy, Etsy will begin to pre-populate other search terms that are being searched for. But then next to it in the orange numbers, that is Everbee telling you how many people are searching for that. And from there, we're going to come over to the left panel and click the little shopping bag right here, which will take us to the product analytics. And from Everbee's product analytics page, we're going to do a few different things. It will default to show you what is currently on that page, but I want to look at the entire Everbee database to get as much information as I can. So I'm going to click right here, Everbee database. Then I'm going to come to the far right, click filter. And for the listing type, because I'm looking for printable wall art, I want to do digital only. So I'll make sure that I click digital here. And I want to look for listings that are 3 months and newer. So I'll go to the max listing age and I'll type in 3. And then I want to filter by the number of sales. To do that, I'm going to click the little drop down arrow right there to get it from high to low. And then I want to move that column over a bit so I can read a bit more of the title to understand what it is. I'm not looking for any bundle right now, so I will come under here and in the exclude box, I'll type in a bundle because I don't want Everbee to show me anything that has the word bundle in the title. Okay, now that we have all of that done, it's time for the fun part. We're going to begin analyzing and looking for listings that catch our eye and are proven to have already been doing well. We have here, right at the very top, the first one, we have a wall art set of navy blue art. It has had in the last month 285 sales, bringing in over $6,000 a month. I will click the view on Etsy button right here. You can also favorite it too if you want to come back to it later. And you would continue to repeat that process until you found a few different niches that you wanted to potentially target. Let's begin with the wall art set of navy blue wall art. It is a bestseller that comes directly from Etsy, and it's in over 20 cards. That also comes from Etsy. Now let's check out the Analyze Listing button to get a bit more information from Everbee. It is a 2-month-old listing with 360 sales in a 2-month time frame, which is very impressive. I'm going to scroll down here because I want to check out the tags that they're using. And keep in mind, sometimes the tags are not that great and the listing still becomes a bestseller and in over 20 cards. So don't hold off adding a listing to your shop trying to get it perfect. So let's check out the tags that they're using. And we have bikini cheetah with 2 searches per month, only 750 competition, which is really no competition, but we have a keyword score from Everbee of 0. Then we have gallery wall set 6 with over 900 monthly searches, 19,000 competition, and a keyword score of 50. I like to teach my coaching students to stay well under 15,000. There are going to be times where you need to go over. That is okay. It isn't black and white. It's a bit more of a guide. So 19,000 is not terrible, but if you can find something with lower competition, the better. So we have a lot of data just on one listing. There's a lot that you can do with that to make it your own. And keep in mind, you don't have to stick with one niche, but this is a great way to get started with the data to help guide you in the right direction. The other part of research would be design research. I see a lot of people creating things that only they like, or they're too far off from what is already performing well on the platform. So in addition to market research, we also want to make sure that we're doing design research. And to do that, I'm going to go back into my original search on Etsy and typed in printable wall art and begin to look at how the different wall art images are designed. There are a lot of different things to keep in mind, and this will apply no matter what type of product you're selling in your shop. But I'm also looking at the color palettes that they're using and the elements. I'm going to stop here. So we have landscape here, and then we have landscape there. So we have 2 landscape type of wall art designs. Both of them have a popular now badge. That style is doing well. Those colors are doing well. That design composition is doing well. I'm also looking for any reoccurring themes as well. Going back to the row I was just in, we have a ghost wall art, but it does have a popular now badge. It's only a 1-month-old listing, and it has had 29 sales this month. That information, again, that's coming from Everbee. If you want to try it out for free, I will have a link below for you in the description. And then we have ghost here in a bathtub. So now we have multiple ghost related bathroom wall art designs. This one is a little bit older, a 13-month-old listing, 26 orders this month. It is a bestseller. So even though it's a little bit older, it's still performing. So don't get too caught up in thinking you only have to look for brand new type of listings. You can also look for the older ones that are still doing well. We have this entire row here. I'm not going to include the mock-up, but this row of wall art, they have very similar colors. So those colors are doing well. And we know that because each of the 3 listings here, they have a popular now badge. That is Etsy telling you that these are selling right now and they're selling at a higher volume. We have more ghost wall art, again with the same color palettes. And these 2 have a bestseller badge and a popular now badge. So when I was new, when I was learning how to do design research, I would either write down the same things I kept saying or put it on a digital sticky note. And that way I can keep track of the different elements that are working. And I would just pull from my list to make my own design, and that would help me stand out. I'm staying on trend. I'm not going too far off. I'm not getting too weird with my designs, but I am doing something different and adding value to the market. Now, here's the thing about steps 1 and 2, validating your product idea and doing your market and design research. That's where a lot of people can get tripped up because they spend so much time overthinking, over researching, over planning, over preparing, and being overwhelmed, or even worse, chasing a product or a niche where there's no demand for it. And that's exactly why I created my Done For You Niche Club, because each week I'm giving you 7 low competition, unsaturated, in-demand product types and niches that you can begin selling in your shop. I'm also giving you the SEO for it. So you're also going to get the title, the tags, and the AI image prompts. That way you're not stuck on guessing what to sell, and you can begin taking forward movement action in your shop today. We also have a monthly live call where you can ask me anything, and those are a lot of fun. You can find the link below in the description to check out what niches were added this week and check out the other tutorials and resources that I have in there for you. Number 3, create complete listings. When I was brand new to Etsy, my listings were a hot mess. I didn't use all 13 tags. My titles were written to put as many keywords as I could in the title, which is what you don't want to do. I was only including about 3 to 4 pictures per listing. It was just bad. But when I learned how to fix all that stuff, it really did make a difference in my shop. I do have a few non-negotiables when it comes to creating a listing. I'll run through those with you. Use all 13 tags. There's really no reason to leave that very valuable real estate on the table. We are given 13 tags by Etsy. Please use all of them. Readable titles. Do not keyword stuff your titles. Etsy tells us that our titles need to be written for a human to read, not a computer. So you don't want to put a bunch of random words in your title. You don't want it to not make any sense. You want it to make it readable for your customer. Not including high quality photos. I am a huge stickler for high quality mock-up images, and it is the first impression that your customer sees. So do not go cheap on getting high quality mock-ups. I also include a frequently asked question listing photo as well, because let's be honest here, a lot of people don't read your description. I'd rather address a few questions from a customer right in the listing photos. And finally, have a video on every listing. You can create one in Canva, Photoshop. You can buy a listing video from Creative Fabrica or Etsy, but please include a video in your listing. When a person is scrolling and they hover over your listing and you have that video, the video will begin playing right there in that moment, and that will grab their attention, and that will encourage them to click to find out more. It's a great way to stop the scroll and get the click, and then hopefully get that order. And by the way, if you want to make sure that your listings are fully optimized to convert, I put together a free resource for you. It's my listing optimization checklist that ensures that you're using all of the best practices recommended by Etsy when adding items to your shop. If you want to grab a free copy, go ahead and leave the word checklist below, and I'll make sure I get that over to you. Step 4, optimize for conversion. I didn't realize the power of turning on coupon codes until I came across them one day when I was clicking around in my shop manager. These are fantastic ways to make Etsy work for you. I'm going to show you how to turn them on. We are currently on my shop manager in my test shop. In the far left panel, click the marketing tab, then click sales and discounts. And then I have it turned off right now for favorited item offers. And then here you can determine how much of a percentage you want to offer. You can do a fixed amount if you like to as well, maybe offer $5 off or whatever would make sense for you in your shop. Or if you're doing print on demand or physical items, you can offer free shipping, but I just stick with percentage off. I'll keep it at 25%. And here is where you want to enter the name of your promo code. Now keep in mind that I always teach my students, don't use basic or generic phrases, because unfortunately, a lot of customers are pretty hip to entering in a random coupon code at checkout to see if they can save anything. A lot of sellers are using very easy to guess checkout codes, so don't do that. I would recommend for this one, your fave, you can do your fave 50, your fave 25, whatever you want to do, but that is where you would enter in your coupon code name. I went ahead and just typed in your fave 55, and then I'll click create offer. That's it. And like I said earlier, it's a great way to make Etsy work for you without any additional work on your part, and it's completely free to set up. Number 5, double down on what is working. There are so many times, especially when you're new or you're struggling, where you just add random things to your shop to see what will take off. I always encourage my coaching students to go in well-informed and well-researched and to double down on what is already working. Now, when you're new, you're probably thinking, well, I don't have any winners. I haven't sold anything. Nothing's really happening in my shop. But here's the thing. Something that is winning in your shop is relative to each different person. If you're new or you're relaunching your shop, look for items that are getting viewed, favorited, and of course, purchased. I'm going to show you how to go into your shop to turn that on so you can better analyze how your shop is doing. Going back into my test shop, I'm coming over to the left panel and clicking listings. And here we are going to land on our listing page, and we can see the typical. We have our title, how many we have in stock, pricing, and when the item is set to renew. But on the top right, if you toggle your stat button on, now we can see how many views that item has had, if it's had any favorites, and if it's had any sales. If I had sold this item, it would show right there where it says 0, it would show how many times it has sold. So looking at this page here in and of itself, how to analyze it, I'm looking for the items that have the highest amount of views right now because they don't have any favorites, which is okay, and where to turn my focus and my attention to. Before we wrap up, let me give you a quick bonus tip that made a huge difference for my shop: 24-hour sales. When you create a sale for your shop, Etsy will put a countdown timer on that actual listing. Following these steps led me to become a top 1% seller on Etsy in just about a year. And it's something that I wish I had as a roadmap when I was brand new and just starting out. Remember, if you want to make sure that your listings are set up to convert, to go ahead and leave the word checklist below in the comment section so I can send you your free listing optimization checklist. And if you want done for you research and products delivered to you each week, check out the link below in the description to join my done for you niche club, where you'll get low competition, unsaturated products and niches that I've researched for you, along with the titles, tags, and the AI image prompts. The video on your screen here goes over 4 unsaturated, low competition digital products that you can begin selling in your shop today. I'll catch you over there. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye.